the future of technology.
Oh.
That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Like
On a daily basis.
like can openers.
Yeah. Are there new fridges? Are there new can openers?
Oh, there's always new fridges.
Is there a Wi-Fi can opener?
Like there's a Bluetooth can opener.
Nope. Bluetooth is old.
Wi-Fi is new.
Wi-Fi, that's brand new.
That's the future.
G. A-P.
I want a garage door opener with HomeKit in it.
Do you?
But first, I need a garage.
Yeah. I need a new garage door. Now, thank you for reminding me. Hello!
Hi.
It's time to talk tapes. Virtual tapes.
Tapes.
Yes. Good thing we have this tape deck here.
Yeah, we've got this tape deck here.
For this tape
that is definitely not
we're going to watch.
a digital file we're going to watch on the computer.
This puppy can hold so many tapes. You're gonna walk away from here with hundreds of tapes.
We couldn't determine if we had a tape of this or not.
We looked for tapes for this. We actually inquired at the source about tapes for this.
They didn't come up with anything either.
They didn't come up with anything. Or not yet. So maybe by the time you're watching this, we'll swap out the footage magically with like a higher quality. E3 is right around the corner.
Yeah.
As we're recording this.
The happiest place on earth.
That's right. The Electronic Entertainment Exposition is weeks away.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You should get a haircut.
You know what? For about 10 minutes this morning, I had 2 different haircut appointments, both scheduled for the day before I leave.
Wow.
And then I decided to cancel one of them. Because I probably don't need 2 haircuts.
Probably don't need 2 haircuts. I mean, I don't know. I don't get 2 haircuts.
My hair is very short.
You should probably get an E3 haircut.
Maybe like a beard trim.
Maybe.
Don't they say
you get like a Bluetooth beard trimmer?
Oh yeah, like a little Roomba for my face.
Yeah.
I can just like go around.
I think they call it.
Don't they say you want a couple days on a haircut
Yes.
before it comes into its own?
It needs to grow into itself.
Or you just ask them to cut it less short than you normally would, and then it comes pre-grown in.
I'm getting haircuts 24 and a half hours before the Xbox press conference starts.
All right.
So it's dangerous.
Wow, that's cutting it very close.
Hey, cut it out.
Oh,
Well, you ought to know about this next video that we're about to watch. It's the 2005 Xbox press conference from E3. This was the big introduction of the Xbox 360.
I'm excited to hear about the future of the Xbox.
Yeah, these were these HD video games that I've heard so much about.
Yeah. 720p.
This was when there was still a trio of people representing the Xbox brand.
Yes.
The Allard Bach Moore triumvirate.
The holy triumvirate.
Throw your Xbox triangles up in the air.
Yeah.
For that.
Yep.
And
show us this year's tattoo.
what a time it was.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this before. This is my first time.
Great.
watching it.
I don't know that I've seen this since it happened. So
Did you go?
I think I went to this one.
I don't think I went to this one.
I went to this one because I saw the skit. There's a skit that you will see because someone shot it when they were in the room, even though Microsoft nicely asked people not to. And we've got it because it's on the internet, and we're gonna stitch it in where it belongs.
We spliced it.
So you'll still see this wonderful bit of comedy.
I love comedy.
Then you're gonna love the Xbox 360. Let's don our headphones now and travel back to the year 2005. Back when maybe you didn't even have an HD TV yet and couldn't read anything that was happening on the screen when this thing came out.
I didn't.
Brad, push play on this V-tape.
Here goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Who's that?
Is she the Xbox?
She's got one of those bags that keeps things warm, which in retrospect is maybe bad for an Xbox 360. She's trying to deliberately get it to Red Ring so she can get her.
I'm here to start you on a journey into the future of entertainment. It's a future where I am always at the center of a world of experiences that include my games and my friends. It's a future where my games are always personalized to match my desires. A future where those games connect me to the people and experiences I care about most.
Where do you think Kim is now?
That future starts
I think they
right
fused
here,
her soul to the 360.
right now.
Was that the reveal? Was her pulling it out of the bag the first time anybody had seen it?
Yeah, I think that was.
My Xbox 360.
And that lower flap did not look like
and
that.
it's on.
It is on.
Oh man.
They definitely not showed it. When did the Elijah Wood stuff happen?
I don't remember, and they might not have unveiled the box at that thing.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. I don't remember the exact turn of events or timeline.
That might be right.
That unit she put on the floor has like a weird flip open thing for the USB ports that the final one doesn't have, and the one in this video also doesn't have. What the hell?
Wait, I need to see that again because I missed that.
They'll show it, the console. Oh, you can even invite your karate friend over to play.
Wow, the Kinect is really good. I guess they would give this exact presentation for the Kinect some years later and say, what if you were really the karate man? Look at those blades.
Pouring out for the blades. Remember when the Xbox UI didn't take like 3 seconds to move around?
Yeah. It's a glorious time. Everyone came over so we could play Cameo.
And then everyone left.
And then everyone left. And I said, wait, Cameo's actually okay. And they said, that's fine. I have to go.
I'm not having fun watching you play Cameo.
You invited me over to watch you. You invited my friend John over. He brought his rocket launcher. Marcus came by. He brought his chainsaw because he was fresh from work.
I didn't know they were showing Gears stuff this early.
They showed Gears footage. There's, I don't know if it's in this or not, but there's Gears footage with like, oh, you know, it's from the airplane hangar thing. They showed Gears footage there that doesn't have John DiMaggio doing Marcus's voice.
Oh, wow.
Please
and like all the temp VO sounds real bad.
The slanted stage.
Allard.
Slanted stage.
Yeah.
What if somebody had fallen?
I know.
I really like the quickly jog up the stairs into normal walk onto stage. They all like did the exact same.
Welcome to the future of gaming. We're here tonight to offer new ways to experience games and entertainment.
I turned down the corporate makeover. I still look like me.
Tonight, I'm here to tell you about a new
I said yes.
It's inspired by the creative power of the individual and driven.
That was always the story, right? That that Microsoft spent a good chunk of time getting Allard looking, because there are pictures of Allard.
Go find when he worked in Windows. Go find
the pictures of Allard Classic.
Distances through shared stories and shared experiences. A product with games at its core, surrounded by
I admire a good soul patch,
digital entertainment.
and I feel like his really pulls the outfit together.
Tonight,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a world of games that are fueled by
It's like sinister Peter Moore.
Yeah, he looks very much like a supervillain.
powered by a new generation of video games, inspired by human creativity and driven by human energy. It is a world
And powered by human souls.
unbelievable game experiences
I'm a demon.
that will transform the very idea of entertainment.
Tonight we stand at a watershed moment in the history of entertainment. We are here to celebrate the launch of the world's most powerful game platform, Xbox 360.
There was one clap.
It's an
Yeah.
entertainment experience that revolves around you and will take us all
Where'd the other
in
ones
And the
go?
camera's revolving. See, as he's saying, revolving.
360.
Yeah, see, it's a circle. The stage
is round.
There's people sitting behind him because you're at the center of the experience.
Whoa.
Essential component of global pop culture. In the next generation, this industry will reach an audience many times larger than we've ever dreamed of.
That's true.
I don't know that is.
Is it not?
4 years ago at E3 to tell you about our
Did anything sell as well as the PlayStation 2?
No.
No.
Almost nothing ever has.
Yeah.
We've gone from 0 customers to more than 20 million. From never having created a console.
If you consider that phones were game platforms over the course of that generation, then he's probably technically right, even though he didn't realize why.
Technically right is the best kind of right.
Yeah.
Did he mean the industry or did he mean them? Because they certainly did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he talked about versus
yeah.
the original Xbox.
Oh, versus the original Xbox. Okay, if he was talking in...
$5 million in one single day. 4 years ago.
That's not cool. Fortnite makes like $1 billion every day.
The game console.
Hey, back then...
Last Christmas holiday.
Back then, that was something you released. You
Xbox
put out a
was
press
the
release
number
about.
one selling console in North America. 3 years ago.
One lady in the back.
Yeah, she's like, yes.
Through the power of online gaming.
And this is weird because this was the era when they did that MTV special, and it was very much like it had the vibe of we hired a bunch of pretty people to sit behind us while we gave this presentation.
Much like this.
Yeah.
Oh, Generation Remix is here.
Yes, we invited them / paid them to be here.
An unbelievable ecosystem.
I mean, the Super Bowl's been doing that forever, you know?
Totally. I mean, it's the optics are what they are, right? Like that's you want to look.
Together, we've built a global multi-billion.
Or at least at this time.
Right.
It includes the world's leading developers.
Now everyone's an influencer, so it's really easy.
Retailers,
Yeah.
technology companies, broadband providers, and consumer brands.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately,
Brands!
our success is rooted in games.
This is back when people respected brands.
Yes.
Powerhouse franchises like Splinter Cell, Dead or Alive, Project Gotham Racing, Fable, Knights of the Old Republic, and
Hey,
Halo.
I bet we're like days away from someone standing on a stage and saying Fable. So
Oh, I hadn't considered that. You're probably right.
No.
Dude, Fable's fine.
Xbox titles.
Fable 2,
Gamers can expect more than
really good. Fable
Sure.
3, less good, but still good.
Fable 3 had some cool stuff.
Yes.
and beyond. So let's take a look at some of the new.
How about that Connect game?
You know what I would love to see? Australian Fable,
Sure.
which I think is what we're going to get.
Not like the game set in Australia. Just
No,
like
I mean, made in
an Australian studios take.
Yeah, okay.
No, they're not.
Got the Aussie flavor.
No, the game Forza Horizon, the game was set in Australia, but the studio is not.
Back in Black Mesa.
Right? Playground Games is not
Wait,
an
now
Australian
I'm
team.
questioning myself.
Yeah.
I thought they had an Australian studio.
Is that what they did? They built it. I
wanna say
anyway.
this-
Look at MotoGP 3.
I may be totally wrong. I think their second studio is in Australia. I might be wrong.
It's about time they made the last Spider-Man video game, Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a lot of hammers.
This was one of the good ones.
Basketball. This was like the sweat era for basketball.
They
Yeah.
got Luigi's
This was
Revenge.
the start of
Juju!
the sweat era. Did that come out?
I'm not sure.
I
that
don't
I don't
think
think
there
that
was
did.
a Batman,
EA's Batman game?
Begins
No.
I don't think.
game.
I don't think that came out.
They did Catwoman, and then they're like, "Oh man, we're
Yeah.
Look at how many screens there are.
yeah, it's a lot of screens."
Is this just a bunch of games getting announced right here?
Probably. I'm sure some of these are new announcements, and some
Yeah.
of them are probably not. Right?
Seems so real.
Oh boy. Got that Scoob.
You should put Shaggy in that game.
Wow, the Codename Kids Next Door game. Jesus.
Did that come out?
That
Kingdom of Fire here is.
I
Kingdom of
forget.
Fire did, but
There were at least
Codename Kids. That
2 Kingdom Under Fire games. Those games were cool.
Total Overdose. Stubbs is good. It took. I feel like it took a lot longer to come out than. That was like it was like a cross-gen game. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat.
Did that
Yeah.
come
That was
out?
not a good-
Yeah.
that was not. I think by the time it came out, it was just called Gauntlet, but it was not good.
Okay. He's got attitude.
All right, now we're talking video games. I want to say this is the game I was playing when cops raided my house.
Did they want to play?
Xbox controller can look a lot.
Yeah!
Like a gun.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a scary moment.
Oh, I want to play Ultimate Destruction again.
Play Prototype instead. That's what they went on to do.
It doesn't have the Hulk in it. Hulk smash, you know?
It's a good point. Hulk smash. They're all humans. They should. Well,
Ah!
did that come out?
Oh, we have to find that if it did.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game? Yeah,
The
Shaolin
fucking
Monks.
Johnny Depp.
Was Shaolin Monks on 360? In
Yeah.
my mind, that's a PS2 game. Maybe they ported it?
Maybe they didn't.
I swear I
You're
played
right.
that
That
game
is
on
a
the
PS2 game. I don't think that came out.
Yeah!
Now I want to find out if there's a 360 version of Shaolin Monks out there.
You'd be getting achievements from a Shaolin Monks game.
I want to get that.
See me at Evo in the Shrek Super Slam Salty Sweet. Red Riding Hood's band.
Oh, Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow, it took a lot longer to come
Yeah.
out.
It was originally a 360 game.
I think that wasn't the MTV special only like a week before E3 or something like that.
Something
Like,
like
it was
that.
very close, right?
It was like 2 events like happening very tight.
What a fantastic lineup of games that truly takes advantage of today's Xbox. And it doesn't stop there. In 2006, we'll continue to market and sell Xbox consoles.
Oh, wait.
2006,
No,
we'll
that
have
wasn't.
doubled the number of games
Were those
on
all
Xbox
Xbox
Live.
original game,
And
OG
together
Xbox
we'll
games?
Yes.
continue to
Okay,
Totally.
I started to
That's-
ask that at
yes.
one point because I thought.
Yes.
Many gamers have been
All right,
asking us
I don't need to look up
play
Shaolin
their
monks.
favorite Xbox games on Xbox.
That's
360.
really weird programming to come out and announce your and show your new console and then immediately show a sizzle reel of your old console.
Well, we were talking over.
No, I know, but like regardless,
What
that's
they
just
probably said.
strange and underwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that.
Well, keep in mind that this was then leading into them saying, and you can play these on the Xbox 360.
Okay, yes, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But especially knowing that they like immediately put a bullet in the old Xbox.
So that brings us to Xbox 360. Our team has worked with passion and commitment to build the most powerful game platform in history. And Xbox 360
Getting heavy
provides
Joe
the
Latrulio
entire
vibes from him.
Video game industry.
Huh.
Growth that will create an increasingly profitable worldwide business
Yeah.
for our
I
partners.
mean,
Like,
How will we get there?
less so in the mannerism.
Well, we'll start this.
I could see him play him.
when we launch Xbox 360 in North America, Europe, and Japan. That's right.
that's right, Japan.
How'd that
We're,
work
we're
out?
trying this one again.
How'd that work out for y'all?
Big growth market.
Xbox 360 will hit the stores this year as we orchestrate the industry's first 3-region console launch. We'll get there with the best launch lineup in game history.
We'll get there by cutting a whole lot of corners between now and November.
Yeah.
Pro up with a game controller. We'll get there
We're not
by
expecting
offering
anyone to buy one in
games
Japan, so we
deep
just
in the
have to
social
put it on a shelf somewhere.
Playing games with your friends. And we'll get there by integrating all of your digital entertainment devices and content into your gaming experience.
All my devices.
Working
So I only need
together,
one
transform
device?
thought leadership into market leadership.
That's why it's called the Xbox One.
We built Xbox 360
Wow.
with a mission. A dream, if you will.
Get paid.
That dream is to inspire people to think about entertainment in new ways. To revolutionize the way people think about having fun. Now at its core, Xbox 360 is a great game console. And Itagaki-san and Tecmo have always been at the forefront of delivering what a
Are we
platform
gonna
can
get
deliver
Itagaki?
and what
No.
great games can achieve.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dead or Alive 4 exclusively on Xbox 360.
Oh, that was news, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For it to be exclusive. But Itagaki always had a weird thing for Xbox,
Yeah.
even before this. Like he was one of the few Japanese devs that was making exclusive games, right?
Yep. I never could quite parse if that was just a straight up money thing or a personal, because he definitely like got out there in some interviews and said some shit, but this was the era of him getting out there in interviews and saying shit. So.
Was this the first time you got a Ninja Gaiden in your Dead or Alive?
No.
No.
No, I think from the get-go,
Really?
he was. We'd have to go back and look at the roster, but I feel like that was not. Remember, Ninja Gaiden is like an arcade game going back to the 80s.
Yeah.
So, like, the character has existed. We would have to go back and look.
This is
The classic Dead or Alive announcement of here's a person
Tai Chi
doing
on a bridge.
kata, doing their thing, and then some occasional fighting from not the player perspective. Don't kill them. Dude, get that sword away from. Call PETA.
Where's the sword now?
He doesn't need it.
Sometimes he just like to whip a sword around.
He's got these guns.
That's true. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
She was probably new for this game, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it says all the stuff on the back. Congrats on Xenon launch.
Xenon. God, that's right. I had been to game developers' offices and seen 360 games by this time.
Yeah.
Like, we went to Sega.
To see Full Auto?
Yeah, we saw Full Auto running on big-ass Xenon dev kits in the Townsend building.
That was when we were doing that live event, and we actually, like, Full Auto was there, playable. And I remember they had to restart the units every so often because they just kept, like, overheating or breaking, or, you know, just, like, the dev kits or the build or whatever it was. But imagine how much better this game would have been if you could have played as that motorcycle.
Oh man.
Ooh. Congrats on the Xenon launch. I don't remember what it said when the game came out. If it still said that, or if they changed it to say, like, congrats on the Xbox 360 launch or something like that.
Oh, what?
Like a Spinal in this game?
Yeah.
A Pikmin? DOA is like a huge blank spot for me. So the fact that there was these guys in a game is insane.
Well, that's just Zach wearing a Meroldian outfit. Zach's the Dennis Rodman looking guy who he owns Zach Island, where all the volleyball happens. Okay, so Fame Douglas. You know what? We'll get into it later.
Okay, please. Yeah, this isn't the time or the place. Wow, wouldn't it be cool if you could do this? Well, you can't.
Also, no. I don't think it would be cool.
What? Flipping around with a cool sword?
I just think logistically that would be not a thing you would do in a fighting game. The way that they did it in that thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like,
in a video game.
In a video game.
Yeah, sure. I guess. I've done that in video games. I've run on a wall and cut some dudes.
Yeah, I bet it was pretty cool.
Sure. I've done it as a lot of different people over the years. Robot ninjas, regular ninjas,
regular robots,
demon dudes,
a guy,
just a dude, probably a lady.
Probably.
Lady didn't have a sword, but like her hair was kind of a sword.
Could Ryu always do a Hadouken?
Yeah, Ryu does a Hadouken, a Dragon Punch, and a Hurricane Kick. He's got big feet.
He's got big feet. No shoes.
I want a button that just says J. Allard on it.
Once again,
I can make you one of those. I've got a button maker.
Has taken Dead or Alive and gaming to the next level.
I don't think Dead or Alive 4 took gaming to the next level. It's fine.
I partner with the best game creators in the world and arm them with great software, amazing hardware, and a world-class service. There's been a lot of discussion recently about when the next generation of video games begins.
Services.
I know.
It
It's
begins
like this is
it.
This is it.
It begins this year, and you just saw it with your very own eyes. And there's plenty more where that came from. This year we'll have between 25 and 40 titles ready this calendar year.
Still figuring it out.
Xbox 360.
Did they hit that? Did they even hit 25 in 05? Because the launch was like...
We already have 160 titles.
Nah, maybe they must have. Yeah, some of it was like ports and stuff, but...
Yeah, you played Gun?
As important as any shift we've seen.
I didn't play Gun.
Quake 4, Quake 2 packed in with Quake 4.
That was a separate game. That had a separate 0 point achievements.
Games that appealed to everyone. They found a very broad audience that numbered in the tens of millions. And we all remember those great ads from that era, where entire families surrounded the TV on the couch playing games together. Well, then we made the leap from 2D to 3D. And we expanded and jumped our industry past the 100.
And everything looked terrible again.
But at that very same time, we narrowed our scope to a much more limited demographic. Today, we're poised to make the leap again, this time from 3D to the HD era. Now, of course, the HD era is about high-definition graphics and
That's what
unbelievable
HD stands
sound.
for.
But the implications of the HD era are even more profound than that. It's about the ability to connect with your community and to personalize your experience. It's about unleashing the creative power of human energy.
Yeah, 720p. As soon as you buy a good enough TV, you start connecting with more people. It's pretty natural.
The promise of the HD era. As an industry,
I remember I finally talked my dad into buying an HD TV to watch the Giants game playoffs in HD.
Yeah.
in the HD era, we're going to reach 1 billion people with our medium.
What does that mean? Reach 1 billion people with our medium.
1 billion people will play video
Will
games
look
over
at
the
a
course
video
of,
game?
I don't know.
Music, than movies, than television. We're at the cutting edge of technology and the leading edge of imagination. But we used to fill the living room
good
with
shit.
kids and adults, men and women. But today, we're relying mainly on one type of consumer. Now, don't get me wrong,
Dudes.
we love that guy, the 18 to 34-year-old male. He's the backbone of the industry.
We're gonna keep making like 98% of our games for him.
Yeah.
To get the incredible gaming experience that he craves.
I do crave
The
it.
360 is also the product that's going to push gaming back into the mainstream.
We're going to give that 18 to 34-year-old male
People from every
voice
demographic.
chat, a headset.
Oh yeah.
How on the earth are we going to do that? Well, it takes a product with clear, compelling vision, a vision that living entertainment is powered by human energy. An Xbox.
I told you they sacrificed
Yeah,
that woman
totally.
into the console.
He's going to hold up a Duracell in a second, and then everything's going to come into focus.
At the same time, we're going to unlock the potential not only of the medium, but of the entire industry. Next generation, 1 billion people will play our games. And it's not just because they figured out the latest combo move or they figured out how to get past level 14, but because we've
Nobody's figured the Eyes of Valor
create
is level 4.
games
Yeah.
and entertainment
Name of that level.
experiences that they can call their own. Games that provide entertainment experiences that appeal to everyone. We've been working for years to fulfill this vision.
I don't think.
And the
Do you think they
result
did?
is Xbox 360.
Do you think that
It's
A
the
billion people
product
played a
we've
Xbox
always
game?
dreamed of creating. It's the
No.
product
No, I don't think so
that
either.
will fill the living room back with people.
But also,
who can't wait
all
to
this
get
talk
back
about like trying to expand the
to
market.
get into the game, to be part.
I feel
of
like you
the
could give that speech
and
right
influence
now, and it
the
would still be
community.
like,
Yeah.
a lot of games being played. You know, the only difference is phones
Pay off
now.
the
Well, Nintendo
true
did.
of our medium.
Sure.
The Wii came out a year
The
after
essence of our
this.
vision is reflected
Okay,
in the
well
game.
then yeah, he's
That's
talking about the
sold.
generation.
That's sold to new people.
It's the product that delivers experiences where the player is always at center stage. You can see
Like
the
me right
essence of
now.
vision in the console itself.
I'm sure some grandma somewhere played Seen It the movie
We
quiz.
wanted to create
Yeah.
On those Wii-looking weird
Right, the-
big button controllers they put out.
We collaborated with two of the best and most innovative design firms
This is
in
my
the
favorite
entire
part.
world. HER's Experimental Design Laboratory in Osaka, Japan.
These dudes rule.
Astro
Smoking.
Studios in San Francisco. What they created is a product that distilled our vision to the very essence. It's a
Wow, that
simple,
guy on the
elegant
bottom left is
design
not in his body right now.
medium through its brightness
Is he going to say the word
and its
inhale?
optimism.
I think.
It's a product that will be worldwide in its sensibility, yet timeless in its appeal.
Except for
We
when we
started
change the look
console,
completely in 3 years.
But the unity of our vision extends to the entire family of products. that
The
will
headset
all look
is
great in
also
the living
white.
room, no matter where you put them. The family includes a wireless controller that finally untethers the gamer from the console.
One of the greatest
If you buy the
controllers.
premium one that comes with the wireless, right?
God, I totally forgot they sold wired control.
Top 3 controllers of all time.
At the time, yes, sure. I don't know how well it's aged since then.
Oh, I love it. That's my preferred home console, home PC controller of choice.
Even now?
Xbox 360,
Oh, well, I have the
Just sitting down on that stage to show you a little cameo.
You hit the Xbox guide button and you launch the user interface for the HD era. It's an interface
For, well, at least the first little bit of the HD
and
era.
customizable. Another click and you have instant access to your games, your friends, and all
That's
your
not really how that worked.
Nah, that was a little faster than.
Here's my gamer card. Today, everybody in Xbox Live has a friends list and a game tag. But this time, we're going to take it to the next level with new features like the gamer card. Think of your gamer card kind of like your online trading card.
This is the equivalent of taking his coat off, spinning the chair around, and sitting down.
Yeah. Do you think that they practiced the sit down? Do you think like he got like feedback on like, is this the right way to sit down?
Oh yeah, they dry ran through this 5 times and like had somebody scream at him about his sitting posture and
Too much ass. Cross a leg.
cross one leg but extend the other. We don't want you to look like you're in school.
Called achievements. Now, these are sort of a record of everything you've accomplished across your entire library of games. Let's say you haven't figured out that final achievement in PGR3. Just ask a friend online. In the HD era,
What do I do to get the achievement? Oh, just tape a rubber band to your controller and leave it on overnight. It's fine.
Offline, my friends can still find me and leave me messages in the integrated message center.
Bro, how could you pick Sentinel? You know that dude's OP. Fuck you, man. You're not a real fighting game
Velocity
player.
Girl wants to play some 7-hand
You're
poker.
playing a game, watching a movie, listening to music. At any point in time, your friends are just a click away.
Damn, who got the gamer tag bear?
Let's say you played online with somebody that you'd like to reconnect
It's
with,
an actual bear.
but you forgot their gamer tag. Well, in the Xbox 360 universe, you can easily connect with any one of the last several hundred people you played with, because we'll track that list for you.
Did you guys ever do that?
Nope.
With Xbox
Yeah,
360,
occasionally.
Live is going to offer something.
Only to report someone.
Yeah.
We're going to make it easier and more accessible than ever before to join the community. Because on Xbox 360, Xbox Live will offer a free level of service directly out of the box.
For a month.
That doesn't include
Right.
actually playing games on the
Everything I've
internet.
shown you will be absolutely free as part of our silver service. And if you want to supercharge your experience, you can upgrade to gold, so you can take advantage of additional services we'll be rolling out.
Like video games.
Like playing video games on the internet.
Features and services like this, we're going to extend.
Which they charged, I mean,
online
they charged for that in the original
and
Xbox as
connect
well. Like
over
Live was
half
not
of
free.
the Xbox 360 game consoles to Xbox Live.
Not gonna clap? Okay, all right.
Generation. Well, that's a
I'm gonna
big
keep
deal,
pausing.
But I know we can do it. To do our part, we thought very differently about our approach in designing the product. We knew we had to tap into a lot more markets. We knew we had to fit into a broader range of lifestyles. So what we did is we created a number of scenarios. Scenarios that informed our decisions and shaped our direction every step of the way. Out of the gate, we knew we had to create an amazing product that would blow the roof off gaming for our core audience. People like this guy, Stryker. He's a hardcore gamer, the lifeblood of the
He's
industry
underground.
today.
He's a hardcore gamer. That's why he has 3 out of 5 star ratings.
On the next hot release first. He's a fast Twitch gamer who'll play for hours.
Oh, he's on Twitch?
To master every
I
level
forget where
and
the
every
stars
move
came from.
before he mixes it up.
It was
with
Reputation.
the best
Right.
It was
I mean,
like
how
you
about-
could vote,
Well,
like
last
if you
generation
could vote to avoid a player.
New set of
Okay.
experiences in a universe for gamers like Stryker. Xbox Live is going to expand the boundaries even further.
I mean, all this stuff was genuinely mind-blowing back then. Like this,
Yeah,
all
like the
of it.
achievements, like I think even like when this was happening, you didn't quite get
No,
what
totally.
they were talking about. It wasn't until the thing came out
yeah.
and you were like, oh, actually, this stuff is pretty powerful.
Like the idea of looking at a friends list and seeing what everybody's doing at the
Yeah.
moment
Xbox 360
was
is gonna
completely
thrill the
mind-blowing.
Hardcore gamers that live and breathe video games. But that's not going to get us to 1 billion. Not everyone is driven by the need.
Like honestly, even the idea of the internet
connection
connection being on at all times
we've
when the
also
console
built
was on was
experiences
crazy.
to capture
Before it was like you
And the
would
non-gamers of our
You
like-
go to a separate menu or a mode.
like boot up SOCOM and have to
Yeah.
put in your network settings
Yeah.
and
Something like that.
terrible.
She might pick up a controller every once in a while over at a friend's house.
Oh boy.
Why did I not go to the R&R zone?
Existence.
It didn't exist.
Did it not?
No.
Important question
Didn't launch
we've
with it?
struggled
No.
with in this
Aw,
industry for the
what was
last
it?
20
That's
just-
not a real zone. I don't
just
How
know.
do we
Pro,
get
Underground,
the velocity girls of the
and-
world reconnected to our
was the other
industry
one?
and back into the game?
There was a casual one.
With Xbox
Yeah.
360,
Casual?
we have an answer. She's
It wasn't
going to
called- I don't think it was
rejoin us
called
because
casual.
We're delivering a fresh set of services designed to nurture community and to broaden gameplay.
That's the thing, though. I don't think they made good on this.
More casual game experiences on demand through the Xbox Live Arcade.
Like they sold a backgammon game, but like the idea that
Or
like,
just
oh,
plain
we're gonna
old
get
thrilling games like Solitaire.
ladies to play the games because we've put puzzle games on it is like disgusting in a way.
On a Texas Hold'em, or gang up with 3 buddies from college and play a little gauntlet. Live Arcade is just going to be a press.
Well, this is basically like XBLA, but they haven't figured out what
We
it
got
is
something
yet,
else.
right?
Yeah.
We call it the Xbox Live Marketplace. The Marketplace is going to introduce gamers to the latest entertainment through trailers and
The hottest
videos.
horse
They're
armor.
gonna drive them to the store to pick up the latest titles.
If you want a
It's gonna
Tom Cruise
deepen
gamer
gamer
picture,
engagement with games that they already play and already love, with episodic content. They'll see new maps, new levels, new weapons, new cars, and much, much more. But maybe most exciting
is that we're gonna charge for this shit.
Yeah.
Girl, re-engage with our market and re-engage with games. Because on the marketplace, she's going to be an active member of the community of people that play games
Why?
like Tony Hawk. Now, she might never pick up a controller, never take.
She's a fake gamer.
But she'll be able to design and sell stickers, shirts, boards, soundtracks,
What?
and even design her own skate parks.
Yo, that never happened.
Gamers like Stryker. We're also going to provide Velocity Girl with great experiences around the games. Experiences that extend the very idea of entertainment, like the ability to watch favorite bands perform.
What do you guys think Velocity Girl is now?
We'll also transform the way
Velocity
that she
Girl never
communicates.
existed.
Last generation,
That's
we
what I
led the
think.
way with voice chat over Xbox
She's like
Live.
Kazuna AI or whatever.
This generation, we're going to break new ground again, this time with video chat.
New grounds?
That's going to let people see and hear each other at the same time, whether they're playing games, sharing music, or watching photos.
Take it out. Don't do it.
She's going to love Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, this woman's gonna love the idea that any rando can shout at her online.
That worked out great.
Beat Builder is our technology trendsetter, the one that has all the latest devices, lets the rest of the world know where the world is heading. What Beat Builder's telling us is that in the very near future, entertainment
Rep 2.
is all digital. And he wants to see it all on his high-def TV. Xbox 360 is perfect for Beat Builder because it works with everything. It's got games, it's got TV, it's got music, movies, digital photos, online music services. Xbox 360 is going to connect to a world of digital entertainment devices, including...
He did say that in a very knowing way.
And digital cameras.
PSP?
Yeah, you can hook a PSP up to it.
But,
You can try me. You could charge a PSP off the USB ports, I guess.
Yeah. That's right. Like you could just like plug an iPod into that thing and it would like read the metadata, right? And
I think
you could
so.
just play the music.
Yes.
the ultimate
You had to download the
entertainment
optional
amplifier
iPod
for
support.
all
That's
these
right.
Experiences. Out of the
I mean, at the
box,
time, that
it's
was
a
kinda
progressive
crazy.
scan
Yeah.
DVD player that's going to make the movies in your library look more spectacular than ever before. And remember, it's going to keep you connected. It's also the projector that lets you show up on your big screen TV, photos in your living room, or share them across the world while you narrate. When he's not playing games,
Did they ever do a photo sharing thing over the internet? Oh God, remember they had all this media center shit in there at launch, like too.
He'll be able to
This
save
fucking
purchase
stuff.
content online.
Yeah, I had totally
He'll be
forgotten
able to
about this.
stream high
This whole
definition
interface.
Happy birthday,
stored on
Xbox.
his Media Center PC. He'll be able to bring this
an integral
entire
part of the
experience
platform. Always
Were
has
they
been.
really selling music on day one?
MSN Music.
Shit.
Yeah, fucking 3 Doors Down,
Fuck
baby.
yeah. Fuck yeah, it's a rock version. Every 3 Doors Down song's a rock version to me.
Kiss could be the best thing. One more lie could be the worst.
This is going on.
Didn't you
Way
have,
too long.
Didn't you have to own the remote to
I can't remember.
access this view? I forget what it was, but there was something.
Let me just watch the middle of Terminator 2 real quick after listening to 3 Doors Down.
What, you just don't want to watch the one good part of Terminator 2?
You mean the whole movie?
Oh, hang on, I recorded the football.
I don't.
They did
remember
not have
all this.
express permission
I
from
don't-
NFL.
I don't remember all this stuff being in here.
No, it was not a DVR. It said like oh, well, did they eventually do like roll out a?
I don't think
No,
DVR
that was all Xbox One stuff,
was
right?
ever in there. Yeah, and the DVR stuff never came out on the Xbox One
Yeah.
after
Well, you
being
all saw
announced.
the touchdown, but you might
Not
have
here.
missed the invite.
Didn't it come out in Europe, or was that just the
Only
antenna?
No, it was never
Oh, it was just the
released.
antenna stuff.
The
Right?
antenna came out. Like the antenna support is still in there. It still
Entertainment
works, but the
always
DVR
be
part
connected.
never got
That's
patched
right.
in.
We designed a
Which
single
drove me
device that's going
crazy.
to let you purchase music, purchase movies
The only
online,
person I've
and
ever
stream
known that has used the
high-definition
TV
entertainment,
functionality of an
whether it's
Xbox One.
movies
Get a lot
or
of
sports,
HD channels
all the
in San
while
Francisco
staying connected to your
over
live
the air.
community. Connected to your community all the time in high def. Stryker, Velocity Girl,
Striker.
Beat Builder. We're checking off the list, but these are just some of the people that we thought about on our journey to build the ultimate
These are just three
entertainment
of 1 billion.
Yeah, we're getting there.
deal. It's really all about achieving the true potential of this medium by working together to reach 1 billion people. And I promise you, we thought about everyone, and we've got them all covered.
So yeah, here's the part that we had to splice in. Hilarious jokes.
Remember, they've got everyone covered.
Everyone is covered.
Oh, that's funny. That's like from the movie.
Yeah, baby. Me, you, the executive team, brainstorming like crazy about Longhorn. Now, let's fire up the Xbox 360. You know, we may have to extend our retreat. It's not looking good for tickets today.
Is that Bill Gates?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's Steve Ballmer.
I didn't you, Bill. I can bullseye a womp rat from 500 yards, you know. Xbox 360 rocks. 3 symmetrical power PC cores running at 3.2 gigahertz each. 2 hardware.
Fucking nerd.
Beautiful. Right, Bill. It's about customization, personalization, making your case, your online identity, your Xbox 360.
This is exactly out of Silicon Valley.
That's what's cool. Oh, come on, wrong. 512 megabyte GDDR3 RAM, 700 megahertz DDR, a full unified memory architecture. Check out that 5.6 gigahertz front side bus. It's enough to make you weep. You're making me weep, baby. You're so wrong. The game's rock. That simple.
Do you think Steve Ballmer's ever played a video game?
No.
I'm losing my mind.
Carting computer power, what do you have? Millions of gamers fighting each other on Xbox Live. Easy access to digital music.
I think Bill Gates is fine. He's understated.
Yeah.
Like he's, you know. Like,
He seems happy to be there. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll
he's
come
like,
by and do your
I'll
skit.
Do your light skit. And then Ballmer is just so Ballmer.
Oh, the whole time they've been playing chess.
We have fun.
That's an interesting demographic, too. Billionaire software moguls attempting to be funny. It's kind of a niche.
Do you get the impression that he didn't want that bit to be in there?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, Bill's right, of course. Without amazing hardware and software,
They had kind of a running thing of doing like the Ballmer and Gates fucking duo comedy thing.
Yeah, like a road show, like Schwartz
Yeah,
and
totally. Like they did it at a lot. They did something similar to that at other non-gaming things even.
Yeah. I mean, this was definitely post developers, right?
I don't even know, dude.
The part where he said HD, HD, HD made me think that they were trying
We're
to.
also going to form new partnerships.
Like
Maybe.
Ballmer was kind of an early internet meme, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Him
we're
and
thinking
Mahir.
about customers more broadly than ever before. So together, Steve and Bill are both right, because we've combined the hardware, the software, and a world-class service to create the most powerful.
That dude has not moved. Okay,
No.
he just blinked. He blinked. Okay, that dude is still alive. Okay.
It's a platform that delivers power and elegance in perfect balance. It's a platform we've been
that was
refining
Stryker?
for years.
That's definitely Stryker.
And it's a platform that
Yeah,
no
we've got
other company in this industry
Junkies covered?
can even try to match.
If you haven't slept in a week and a half, might I recommend Xbox Live?
Actually,
Next
Yeah.
generation, this platform will enable us to turn the entire world into gamers. And that's how we're going to reach 1 billion. Now, of course, we built the Xbox 360 to also capture some of the energy and some of the key consumer trends that are shaping our culture. One of those is the urge to personalize. It's everywhere.
Oh,
And
I
next
just got it.
generation,
Just,
you'll be able to
I gotta make it mine.
about everything.
Gotta
in your
filth it up.
Xbox 360 experience. You can change the look of the interface to match your personality, or add
Put a car back there. I want a car back there. No, I want this car.
You can have a car or no car.
The look of your console to your interests, your living room decor, or even your own personal sense of style. In fact,
Can I
as a
have
thank
my
you,
Xbox have a
right
hoodie
tonight,
under
we're
a
giving you
jacket?
all
Sort of.
a limited edition E3 faceplate.
I have that Facebook.
I have that faceplate as well. Still in. I never took it out of the packaging.
I did,
Calm down.
unfortunately.
It's not an HD TV, but it will be a collector's piece.
Ah,
Collector's pieces.
I don't know that there's high demand for those things.
For our next presenter.
Didn't they give away HD TVs one year?
And introducing.
I think that was at
Sophia
GDC
Moore, the
one
bold
year.
and the beautiful.
That's
Okay.
what I remember.
yikes.
You guys,
It's a pretty sick burn
so funny.
for a guy who shaves his head. Hey,
Thank Jay.
Dick?
To begin to understand the promise of the future of video games, think about some of the most absorbing experiences of your life. Like many of you in the audience this evening, I'm a runner. There's that place that you can sometimes reach on a long run.
I'm a runner.
You achieve a kind of perfect mind-body equilibrium. It's been called the Zen of running. In the HD era, we're going to deliver the Zen of gaming. Next generation games will combine unprecedented audio and visual experiences
Zen of
to create
gaming.
worlds that are beyond real. And they'll deliver
Beyond
storylines
real?
and gameplay so compelling
So they're fake.
that it will feel
What does it even
like
mean?
living a lucid dream. The result?
It's got a real
Like
heavy.
I would
real
whisper,
fast.
like, I've had lucid dreams before. They're good.
Equilibrium as you forget your
You could like have sex with anything.
and
Yeah.
become completely immersed in the game itself.
That's always what I assume people who are really into lucid dreaming are doing it for.
It becomes an extension of your body. It becomes the gateway to the Zen of gaming.
Damn, dude.
So let's see what
That dude from the bottom left from before is just like, for the first time, he's into it.
development have access to the ideal canvas on which to express their vision. Let's begin by stepping inside the incredible world of Lost Odyssey, a new game under development from the legendary Hironobu.
Let's start with Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, right.
The Zen of gaming, dude.
Yeah,
you know,
Sakaguchi. It was a big
At
deal,
the time,
right?
if you have the guy who created Final Fantasy make
Totally.
a game for you
for a console this last
exclusively.
time out didn't, they didn't do well in Japan. Not that this one did either, but like the one of the knocks against Xbox was that they didn't have enough Japanese developers. So the two games they've showed, this Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to get there.
Yeah, this was back when Japanese development was still the thing, right? Like you hadn't reached that point in the narrative yet where like, oh, Western games are what matter now.
Right. It was. I mean, in some ways, it was probably the popularity of the Xbox 360 that changed the fortunes of Japanese development, and it's only now over the last few years that it's been back in force and becomes such a major thing all over again. Because those games now have like worldwide appeal again.
Like like coming off the PS2, like Japanese development was still the primary thing.
As a GameCube only owner, and then Wii, I was jealous of not having this game when I was like reading pre-release stuff in magazines. It looked cool.
I was more of a Blue Dragon guy myself.
I always confuse the two.
Blue Dragon's the one that looks like Dragon Ball.
Okay, right.
This one looks like
Final Fantasy.
Whatever.
Kingdom Under Fire.
Sure.
And weren't both of these games kind of just okay?
Yeah, that's the thing. This game I don't think was much to write home about.
Yeah.
It was the Zen of gaming.
So to create experiences that transform reality, well, that's really a lot.
Why is he in like a 4x3 window up there? I mean, I thought we were in the HD era.
Every game is built.
It makes the game seem more impressive.
You're probably exactly right.
Every title must have before it can ship on the Xbox 360 platform. These essentials include a minimum of 720p high-definition resolution to provide gamers with jaw-dropping visual clarity and fidelity. Many developers are already working on games in 1080i. Every Xbox 360 will be designed for high-definition widescreen television and will support 16:9 aspect ratio to expand the storytelling canvas.
Oh, it should have expanded right when he said that.
These games will also look amazing on standard definition TVs.
Unless you have to read anything.
In addition, Xbox 360 will provide anti-aliasing that gets rid of what we all call the jaggies. Well, you know what? With Xbox,
The guy in the back has a scorching case of the Jaggies.
Over, superseded by smooth, lifelike visuals of cinematic quality. To be truly cinematic in the next generation, sound becomes incredibly important. Xbox 360 games will offer a minimum.
I mean, honestly, to me, all this like standards enforcement is a big part of why this console was so successful.
Yeah.
Right? Because like again, like on the PS2, like the games that did internet stuff, every one of them did it totally differently. Like you had to fumble
They
your way
eventually
through.
standardized it, but it was still shitty.
Like for them to just come out of the gate and be like, all right, every game has to do this, 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 and this.
It's one of the best racing games ever to appear on Xbox.
It was super effective.
There's no doubt that
Like, weren't they mandating every game had to have a demo
came to enhancing
at the beginning of this?
racing
I think.
experience on Xbox.
On XBLA, yes, but I
Maybe
don't
that's what it
think
was.
retail
Will
games.
immerse you in racing like never before, with real velocity-based motion that delivers the feeling of being on the edge of your seat. as you
Velocity-based
drive
motion.
Some of the fastest and most beautiful cars on the planet. PGR 3 will be one of the first titles to take full advantage of spectator mode with Gotham TV. You can cheer your friends, you can scout your opponents, you can learn new tracks by seeing how more experienced players negotiate the corners. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
This game was good.
Never played a PGR.
I was not a huge fan of the franchise, but like at launch, this was a good game to have for them to have.
This series do kudos?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not what this game looked like. Also.
Damn.
It's no Geometry Wars, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Wow. So how important is spectator mode? Picture a video game racing season on Xbox Live, sponsored by one of the leading auto manufacturers.
I feel like a lot of the stuff they're saying here is stuff that like
150,000
maybe by the end of this generation or into the one we're currently in rang a little more true.
Yeah.
So like this stuff is like pretty forward thinking,
Yeah.
but like when they talk about like spectator mode and all this other stuff, like for what that meant then at the launch of the Xbox 360, like it's not as grandiose as they're making it out to be. It never did what they wanted it to do, but they were kind of right about where it would eventually go once the tech improved another round.
Of hundreds of thousands of people who spent the last 6 months living and breathing your tournament and your brand. So let's
my
get change
brand.
gears here, no pun intended. Maybe more than any other publisher, Ubisoft has been at the forefront of the quest to create realistic environments.
For new consoles.
At launch.
Yeah.
The platform to limit. And now with Xbox 360, they have all of the horsepower they need to deliver an experience that
gonna be
will
Graw.
place you completely in the moment. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 3 drops you in urban warfare at its most intense and chaotic.
Is this what became Graw?
You are a soldier.
It has to be, right? Because wasn't that a launch game?
I don't know if it was quite a, yeah,
They must have
this is,
They must have just renamed it at some point.
yeah.
Graw. I have a drink koozie in my kitchen drawer that says Graw has a posse.
I left my Xbox on for an entire night to try to get the achievement for like hosting a game for 8 hours or whatever it was.
Yep. Also, this is not the game, is
No,
it?
this is not. I mean, the game did stuff like this,
Right.
but this is not.
This is super not footage of the actual game.
Hey, try aiming at them.
No, I'm just laying down cover fire. I think this is evocative of what that game looked like. For
Yeah.
sure. Like HUD elements and stuff. But
Was this around the time that Wall Guy happened? It was, right?
Yeah.
Weren't those E3 assets?
yes,
Okay.
that was Perfect Dark
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah. For people who don't
E3
know,
assets.
some screenshots of Perfect Dark Zero leaked out. I think ahead of E3, and one
Yeah.
of them was of a soldier up against a wall, like taking cover.
Yeah,
And it did not look good at all.
looked like total shit.
And people were just like, if this is the next generation
Yeah.
consoles, then screw this.
Yeah.
And then Wall Guy turned into another early internet meme.
Wow. Sports are always a critical piece of every console's launch.
Point being, like, people were like
This
kind
is
of
where the
skeptical of this thing
talented
for a
team
while,
original
right?
concepts
yeah.
always shine.
Because think about the original Xbox. Like it was very powerful, but like it
Boundaries
didn't
of realism in sports video games.
sell super
Tonight,
well.
it gives me
The
great
library
pleasure
was
to
not
give
as
you
full
an
as the
early look
PS2s.
at NBA 2K6.
I'm ready for action. Packing provisions and visions verbally. Every word will be
Can't wait to see the sweat tech.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna if this is where they focused in on that, or if that was closer to launch. But that was definitely, it was like cloth physics and sweat.
Yeah. I don't. Actually, wait. This is 2K, right?
Yeah, but
Okay. Wasn't it-
2K did it.
Oh, did they?
I want to say they both.
Right, I was thinking it was EA that went in on the sweat.
I feel like they both had different versions of wet men.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Damp with sweat.
Okay.
But in some cases, it just looked like someone had dumped water over their head and it was trickling down their face in a way that was just like, that's not.
I could work with that.
They were drenched.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
This past week on MTV, we shared with you a
Okay,
title
there
that
you
we're
go.
wonderfully excited about. And one of Rare's premier titles for the launch window, Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh.
A game that will redefine the multiplayer first-person shooter genre. This next title from Rare
Nope.
represents an important leap forward in game development, combining dynamic puzzles, immersive combat, enormous environments, innovative storytelling, and really, really, really fun gameplay. Let's
They
take
were,
a
I guess they
title-
were
look at a
fresh
title
off
that
the
will
Rare
feed the
acquisition, right?
hardcore
Didn't that
and
happen
have
like right
stronger appeal to the
before that, like a
broader
year before
gaming
this or something?
audience.
Something like that.
Because this was a GameCube game, right?
Right, yeah.
Of darkness. For every moment of peace, there will be one
Or-
of chaos.
I'm pretty sure this started as a GameCube game, and then because Rare used to make everything for
Right,
Nintendo, and
yeah.
then Microsoft bought Rare.
Yeah. I know there were games that,
Like, I think wasn't Grabbed by the Ghoulies the first Rare game on Xbox?
I think you're right.
Legion of
And then this?
warriors, hidden inside the body of one. Only you can unleash them.
Oh, we've been this in Perfect Dark. Cameo was good. It's not like amazing, but like I think it kind of like people gave it a lot of shit, and it was I think this game's totally fine.
Yeah, it kind of did get a hard time.
Yeah. Like it was a totally okay like platformer.
Earlier I
Not as
said
innovative and
sound
stuff as they're
more
talking here,
important
obviously,
than
but
before.
like it's all right.
Infinity Ward and Activision take sound to new heights in Call of Duty 2.
Yeah.
Sequel to the 2003 Game of the Year.
I love to hear guns.
Call of Duty 2 uses
How about guns in Russia?
intelligence in its all-new Battle Chatter system.
Battle Chatter.
This is back when it was guns in 40s
And it
Europe.
surrounds you with battlefield
There was Russia
zones
levels in Call of Duty
real.
2.
Are there?
You
Dude.
find yourself ducking of a
Oh,
crowd
I think
you're right.
That's
when
part of
incoming
Europe.
enemy
Yeah.
fire whistles past your head. Let's take a look at Call of Duty 2 exclusively on Xbox 360.
I bought this game for $10.
Exclusively. Already, like, yes, Call of Duty 2 exclusively on Xbox 360. Like, that's not what that means. I didn't care for these games until 4 came out. Like,
I had a lot of fun when I bought this for $10 at the GameStop in like 2009 or something. Whatever.
sure, yeah. Battle Chatter. It's Russian.
How about
checks
them
out.
boys?
First Call of Duty even come out on consoles at all? Or was that just PC?
I don't think so. But I guess I don't know.
Like Call of Duty is like barely a thing back then.
They did like Call of Duty Big Red 1, which was like a console only game.
That was,
Yeah.
that was later though.
Yeah,
that was after
later,
this.
Yeah. You're right.
Because like Medal of Honor was still the big shooter franchise at this point.
Yeah.
Call of Duty was sort of like the Medal of Honor knockoff.
We also watched Saving Private Ryan and think we could do a video game.
Well, wasn't Infinity Ward, like, didn't they make that one Medal of Honor, was it Allied Assault or Pacific Assault? I forget
Allied
which one.
Assault. The really good PC Medal of Honor.
Right.
Brand new.
And then they said, all right, we could just do this for ourselves.
Next generation role-playing game in the launch window.
Okay.
What?
Morrowind was one of the best-selling role-playing games ever on the Xbox. The sequel to this incredible game is called Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It promises to feature one of the largest open-ended worlds ever created for a video game. It also includes thousands of characters that are governed by groundbreaking AI.
This game was pretty good. It was pretty crazy to see it on a console, too.
This game, I remember this game, like, completely took over The Office.
And they make their own choices based on what's
Everybody
going
was playing
on
this game.
in the world around them. Welcome to the world of Oblivion.
Do you think I could go back and play this game and have fun, having never played anything before Skyrim?
I think this would be about as far back as you could go and still
5 years I
have a good time.
That's right, they got Patrick Stewart for this game.
Yeah.
Morrowind, maybe PC Morrowind with some mods and stuff you could enjoy, like, but like original Xbox Morrowind, it's pretty hard to go back to. Just interface-wise and stuff, it's super clunky.
These are the closing days.
Also, this looked freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this looked mind-blowing at the time, like all the forest vegetation stuff.
Was this game really that early? You said launch window.
Yeah, I think it came out like
pushed
the
into
fall.
early
Yeah, it was
06,
it was
right?
like spring 06, actually.
Launch window can mean anything you want it to.
Totally.
All right, check it out. We should get a guy. We should sit him down, like to say maybe in the evening.
All right.
And just have him play this game for like 12 straight hours.
Who would do that?
And I know a guy. I'll give him a call.
All right.
I bet people would watch that.
Which do you think Patrick Stewart had more fun voicing a voice in, this or the Emoji Movie where he plays a piece of poop?
He seems like the type of guy that would be tickled at the idea of playing a piece of poop.
I think so too.
Seems like a guy that can have fun.
And a guy who wouldn't like video games.
Because something like this is like, I don't know, get out there and get your Shakespeare on. You know, at least playing a piece of poo is like
somewhere over there.
something weird.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Let me repeat that. An all-new, full-featured, next-generation RPG in the launch window. That's what Bethesda and 2K Games are delivering, and it's going to be stunning. I'm talking about stunning. Gears of War is the first title developed by Epic Games exclusively for Microsoft Game Studios and the Xbox 360. Epic uses its amazing Unreal Engine 3 to create cinematic, high-definition visuals featuring beautifully rendered, interactive environments. And characters so lifelike, they appear to be made of flesh and bone.
Very
Gears of
thick
War
flesh and
is
bone.
a third-person tactical shooter with survival horror themes that will literally make you afraid to pick
That was the original pitch, right? Yeah, it's so not that game, but like
you can see traces of it here.
and they would cite RE4 as like an influence.
Like didn't Cliff say at one point like this game wouldn't exist without RE4? Or
Yeah,
something
we
like
talked
that?
about that during the RE4 quick look.
Maybe I'm embellishing that quote, but
They ultimately did what they do best.
like RE4 was kind of like the beginning of over-the-shoulder shooter aiming.
Destroy.
And then this like made it huge.
But this was nothing.
They thought, what if you could duck behind a waist-sized wall while you shoot?
That seems like something people would really do, man.
I remember by the time this came out, this was the first game that really looked like a new next-generation ass video game.
Inevitable steps
Like just the way it looked.
It took some time.
toward extinction.
Because this was like the following holiday or
Yeah,
something,
this was
right?
like a solid year after the console came out.
So maybe that's what I'm remembering. The launch event in the hangar out in the desert is when they had footage that had Temp VO on it.
Wow.
E-Day, Emergence Day. Like Sonic Tuesday.
I can't wait for Emergence Day. So you've seen a lot
Can't wait
of
for Emergence
360 games so far this evening. Additionally, we have many exclusives coming from powerhouse publishers and great partners such as THQ, Sega, Capcom, Namco, and Atari. But there's one publishing partner who hasn't been represented here on the stage this evening. They're responsible for some of the biggest franchises in the video game world.
Electronic
franchises
Arts.
like Madden, NFL football. Madden fan. Need for Speed, and of course FIFA. I am talking, of course, about Electronic Arts. And please welcome Don Matrick, the president of EA Worldwide Studios. Don Matrick.
Man.
Hey, when I'm done here, I'm gonna come over here and just do whatever. Is that cool?
Holy shit.
Hey, Don.
Such a concentration of
Thanks, Peter.
raw power.
About some of the great titles our teams are creating for Xbox 360.
He looks really young here. Wow.
He was super good. Didn't he sell his company when he was like 18?
A little marketing tip. Maybe if you could do more with the TV stuff next time.
Right. I'm just a studio guy, and you're a marketing genius.
Oh, thank you.
But let me offer you one tip. I love the worldwide campaign and the statement you made on MTV.
Right.
I love the young woman with the backpack, but if you don't mind, I'd like to introduce you to somebody just a little bit different.
Okay.
It's a football man.
Introduce you to Backpack Guy.
Oh shit!
Oh,
It's
he's got
Backpack Kid's dad!
All right, which football player did you get?
It's that guy!
Let me tell you. So let me guess. Your name's not Kim, right? Okay.
No. Let me introduce you to Oakland Raider All-Pro Robert Gallery.
Just stand on the stage and look big. That's all we need you to do.
Hey.
I hope you don't mind. I brought along a few new ideas for Xbox.
Godfather
Thank
game.
you, Robert. Ideas are excellent. Matt, do you play games?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Would you own console?
I got the Xbox. What else?
Okay. What's your favorite game?
It's called Mad.
SOCOM.
Okay. Two right answers. So how about this? I'll make you a deal, because I'm kind of a Raiders fan. You get those Oakland Raiders back on that Super Bowl path, and the day that we launch Xbox 360, we will have a brand new Xbox 360 delivered to your house that morning.
Wow, if I can get to the Super Bowl, you'll give me like
My end of the deal.
$400.
At my doorstep the day it comes out.
That's it. Hey, Robert's great. I know you get back to training camp. Thanks a lot, man. Take Robert Gallery.
I gotta run back to training camp. I don't think they made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow. Is he just freaking huge or what? I mean,
He has his home address. This is the largest development commitment.
This is the largest man we've ever had on stage.
Right now, we have more than 25 EA titles in development for Xbox 360. And when it hits the stores this Christmas holiday season,
man.
our goal is to have at least 6 EA games waiting so gamers can see what Xbox 360 power is all about.
What was EA's support like on the first Xbox? Like, were they all in? Were they kind of tentative?
Sports stuff came, like Battlefield. Yeah, they.
Need for Speed,
Okay.
Most Wanted,
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking video games.
Oh, right, that was a launch game.
The Godfather, FIFA Soccer,
That's an offer I can't refuse.
NBA Live, Tiger Woods PGA Tour,
Didn't they butt heads with Microsoft for a while when they were doing all that XSN stuff?
06.
Like,
Yeah,
didn't
maybe
they
it
get
took time for Madden to come.
Didn't they get kind of like territorial? They were like, oh, if you're going to try to do your own sports
Right.
thing, then
I wanna
forget
show
it.
you some
I
gameplay
forget
footage
the-
I forget how that
that
stuff went
reflects
exactly.
The breadth and depth of EA's support. We have a montage of imagery captured from 6 titles,
Love imagery.
followed by
love
gameplay
montages.
captured from Need for Speed Most Wanted.
It's just Razor Callahan smoking a blunt.
Okay.
Show that twice.
That's a yellow card
so
at least.
Good.
Was that the last good Need for Speed?
No. When they rebooted, Hot Pursuit was good. The reboot Most Wanted was good.
Yeah.
Detroit goes to a zone defense.
I mean, was Most Wanted actually a good driving game?
Yeah, it was a decent. It was good. Yeah, for the time, yeah, sure.
Hell yeah, this montage rules. They don't even show him shooting like a gun or anything.
That's all we got.
They've got a chance here to tie the game or maybe even win it.
Yeah, there's a sweat.
Yeah. Showing a drag race event. I feel like that was the only part of the game where they would show shifts and have the UI be like that. Car sure is driving.
Yeah.
You can tell it's real gameplay footage on account of it needs to be optimized some.
Doing donuts in front of the cops.
That's right. Gotta let them know.
Excellent.
It's weird, almost in sync clapping they're doing.
Yeah.
There's more where that came from. EA's 100%
There will be a Madden next year as well.
successful launch of Xbox 360. We couldn't be happier with the support we're getting from Microsoft, and we couldn't be more excited about the possibilities as this relationship continues to grow.
Great. Thanks, Don. That was absolutely
We'll
stunning.
do most of this stuff on the next PlayStation as well, whenever they get around to talking about that.
So I think you can see why we're so excited about the future of Xbox 360. All of these games, all of these visuals, all that power in this one box. Without a doubt, this is the best team of developers and publishers working on any game platform anywhere in the world. And with their support, we will have the best launch lineup in the history of video games. Thank you.
I don't think I agree with that. I don't think they did that.
What do you think is the best launch ever then? Right off the top of your head.
Thanks, Peter. We are thrilled by the great support and breadth of titles that all of our
That's a hard question.
are delivering for Xbox 360. Now, earlier when Peter said that we have
GBA
the world's
had
best
Tony Hawk 2.
he wasn't speaking figuratively. Tonight, we are pleased to provide the final piece of the puzzle. I'm very excited to announce that one of the world's great publishing houses is creating games for Xbox 360. I'm honored to present our newest partner.
Shigeru Miyamoto?
Because it's... Is it? Is this Square? I think it is.
Oh,
is this
right.
Final Fantasy 11? Yeah, it totally is.
That's a good way to close things out. We got a Final Fantasy.
Yeah. We finally convinced Square to make games for our thing.
Yeah.
That was something that meant something then?
Totally.
Yeah.
I thought the big Final Fantasy press conference for Microsoft was the
13.
It was the bad year back at the convention center after the Santa Monica year. So I guess it would have been 08, right?
Yeah.
Where they had the press conference inside this like South Hall or whatever.
Oh God, I don't remember that.
Because the E3 was only in one hall because like people hadn't really. Or would that be 06 before they did Santa Monica? Because it was the show had kind of.
I cannot remember. Was that the year they announced they were getting Final Fantasy 13?
It must have been. It must. Yeah, I guess it must have been.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Yuichi Wada, president of Square Enix.
No. Who dares summon me?
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Robbie. I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak with you tonight at E3, the largest video game event in the world. Square Enix and Microsoft share a vision for the future of gaming and entertainment. And together, we play a leading role in creating innovative technologies that will bring new levels of interactivity.
Wasn't 11 out by this point?
Yeah, I think so. I think this was just like a nicer version of it.
I'm very excited to be able to.
Because it came out on PS2.
Right.
Didn't it come with a hard drive?
Square Enix will join with Microsoft and Xbox.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 11 came out in 02.
To bring our
Right.
games to Xbox 360.
So it's like
and
they
Xbox
had
Live.
to get Square in. They had to give them this big E3
Slot for a 3-year-old.
A big slot because Final Fantasy 11 is coming. Okay.
By Xbox 360's outstanding features, such as HD graphics, network connectivity, and personalization.
I think I remember people that were into 11 were like into this version though, you know? It was just it was a nicer.
Well, yeah, if you were playing it on the PS2,
Yeah,
it's like,
it was
oh, well,
nicer-
here's a nicer looking version on a more powerful machine, like of
It's
course.
a great pleasure for us that the cross-platform concept of our Play Online will now be compatible with Xbox
Crossplay.
Live. Users of Xbox Live can now share with PC users the worlds we've created. This is something we've dreamed
Just
about
PC
in the
users.
past.
They hadn't entered a strategic partnership
I'm
yet.
also delighted to announce
They just
tonight
they maybe signed a memorandum of
that we will
understanding or
bring
something.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 11 to Xbox 360. Close collaboration between Microsoft and the Square Enix is just beginning. As a company that is dedicated to expanding the boundaries of what is possible in the world of video games, Square Enix looks forward to working with the Xbox team to create new worlds that Xbox 360 will make possible. Tonight, I'd like to share with you a sneak preview of what we believe the future of video games might look like. We created this real-time rendered image, taking advantage of Xbox 360's superb graphics power.
It's Mickey Mouse humping a watermelon.
Okay.
I wonder if they had done the work on the PC version of Final Fantasy XI to where when this came out on 360, it still looked better on PC, or if they were like due for like a refresh there, so this looked the best.
Working together to help define the future of video games. So tonight we are here to herald the beginning of a new era in entertainment. With Xbox 360, we will create powerful partnerships that deliver innovation on a new scale. With Xbox 360, we'll work together to deliver games and experiences that are unprecedented in the history of entertainment. We built Xbox 360 to be the essential product for people who live and breathe video games, as well as for people who've never owned a video game console. With Xbox 360, we'll reach out to new markets across the world where digital entertainment is rapidly becoming an integral part of daily life. With Xbox 360, video games will become a true mainstream entertainment medium, a medium where bestsellers are measured not in the millions of units, but in the tens of millions of units. We have the passion, we have the platform, we have the product, we have the partners and the games, and we are inspired. Inspired by a vision that once would have been too audacious, too bold to consider.
Too dangerous.
Our goal?
Too
to
illegal.
Reach 1 billion consumers. We'll do that because Xbox 360 will be the most powerful platform in the next generation. A platform that combines great hardware, great software, and great services to deliver games and entertainment that will truly redefine what it means to have fun. Xbox 360 is here, and it's
deal with it.
Thank you very much, and join me at the party.
See you at the party,
Do
Robbie.
you think we can get into the party?
No, definitely not.
Oh, the Kaiser Chiefs.
Also, this version of the video had the music removed.
Makes sense.
Because we got it off YouTube.
Oh, the montage.
Quake 4.
Quake 4 was okay. This Xbox version was all right.
Never played it.
The multiplayer was just kind of like a bad update of Quake 3.
Yeah.
But the campaign was fine. Test Drive Unlimited didn't come like way later. In my mind, that's like a long delayed game. But
yes.
Yeah. Heck yeah, The Darkness.
That was a good game.
Yeah. Cars.
That is what that game looked like.
Yeah,
right?
that's closer to.
Hold up. Done.
Take cover.
No thanks.
Gears gets to keep the music.
Yeah. Frame City Killer.
Wow.
There you go. Man, tennis games.
Those were okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Our working title of Dead Rising. We've decided to call it Dead Rising. Like that right there, like that shot is probably like one of the most impressive things on the whole press conference, right?
Show that and Condemned.
Yeah.
Man. Like those are...
Oh, Condemned, man. They
whatever. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew at the time what.
And who knows, like what
the games
footage
were
they
gonna
had
be.
available to show. Like, you know, that might be 100% of what Dead Rising was at that point. So you couldn't really do a stage demo. Full Auto sucks. It's a bad game. I have all the achievements in it. It's a bad game. Yeah. Like the outfit is my go-to when you mention B games on the Xbox 360. The outfit is almost always the first one that comes out of my mouth for whatever reason. Man, they were talking about Saints Row prior to launch, huh?
Yeah.
Was that wall guy?
might have been.
Oh, there's a skeleton in there.
Yeah, look out.
I think in my mind, the 3 big games from the first year of this thing that really mattered were Oblivion, Dead Rising, and Gears. Or at least it felt next gen.
Right, yeah.
They felt like games that could not have been made on the PS2 or Xbox.
I remember I played Dead Rising while I was on vacation, when it came out. I took vacation and just sat around and played Dead Rising.
Okay.
All right. Watched it again.
Is that Velocity Girl?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear them pitch the console because I think a lot of their pitch sounds blatantly absurd for what the Xbox 360 was, but they were on the right track for the wrong reasons in a sense of things expanding or how they would get more people playing games and more types of people playing
all
games.
all the stuff around the Velocity Girl stuff of dude, we're gonna get her in because she can design clothing.
Right. She might not ever play a video game, but
some of this
she can sell t-shirts.
She can be in the ecosystem.
Right.
But also the Scream Rock on top of the EA montage, some of this stuff is just very dated.
Yeah.
Some of it is just very early 2000s.
Right.
In a rough way.
But also a lot of their pitch, they talk about TV, they talk about sharing photos, they talk about all these non-game things of this idea
watching people play games, spectator modes, and TV,
stuff about hey, making these and it's really just a rougher pitch of what the Xbox One pitch was.
Right.
Of instead of the only one device you'll need, it's it's at the center of your experience with everything, movies, music, blah blah blah.
I mean, they're talking about media apps in this thing. In my mind, the entire Xbox One initiative came out of the popularity of the Netflix app on 360.
Sure,
because they had that data about how many people were watching Netflix on their 360s, and they were this is what we got to do.
And literally, there's a line in there of just and your DVDs are gonna look better than before.
Right?
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Well, I don't know. You can definitely poke fun at a lot of their kind of stagecraft on this thing, but that console was packed with forward-thinking ideas in a major way.
Well, it was them finally making good on what the original Xbox stuff was of hey, we put an Ethernet port on this thing day one, but they didn't activate it for years, or you could do LAN stuff, but Xbox Live didn't.
That thing launched without an online service, right?
Yeah. So Halo 1 came out and it was I guess we could do a LAN game of Halo 1.
Woo!
Which was cool if you were in college, but no one else.
Yeah.
And so the pitch makes a lot of sense, but only now.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, if you confine it to that generation of what the Xbox 360 did, a lot of their ideas. Well, whatever. They had hits and misses, like anybody, right? The achievement stuff, I think, was pretty forward thinking. The idea of online presence is stuff that the PS3 didn't have at launch.
Right.
They eventually had to work their way into that.
PS3 was playing catch up in a lot of ways.
Yeah, just on the services side.
Remember when they added trophies?
Right.
2 years later.
Yeah. But also, their whole pitch about this being the most powerful console, I would probably say the PS3 is technically a more powerful machine.
Yeah, but I think this was easier to develop for.
Yes. But by the time people got there, sea legs under them with PS3 development, that eventually mattered less.
But I mean, the PS3 had drawbacks that they never overcame. Remember that PS3 version of Skyrim?
Oh yeah,
what a disaster that thing was. There were just memory issues on that thing.
But how much of that was because Skyrim was built a certain way initially? If they went out of the gate saying, "Here's the game we want to make, and we want to make it for PS3," they would have made different decisions out of the gate that probably would have made it work. But they were trying to port and do all that stuff after the fact. It's a different story.
Yeah, that's cool to see.
Yeah.
One thing we can all agree on, tapes are here to stay.
That's right, in virtual or real form.
Can't wait to see what new tapes Microsoft has to show in just a couple of weeks.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to see them game tapes.
Are we going to see a new Xbox?
No, you mean a hardware, here's the device?
Yeah, I don't really expect that.
Backpack Man's going to be back.
How much of a new Xbox are we going to see?
I think they'll show footage of a thing.
That's hey, this is running on.
I think they will say that Halo is coming to both platforms.
Yes.
I think they.
Yeah, I bet a Halo Infinite gameplay demo seems like something you might see.
Gears.
And they might say, here's Halo Infinite running on the next Xbox or something like that.
I could even see them saying, like, actually, we've moved Halo completely next gen, and Gears is kind of like hey, this is still coming out here.
Actually, yeah, totally. Yeah, I guess so. I guess they don't have to sell that game to... They could totally be like,
it depends on how
hey, you
want to...
You could subscribe to our streaming service if you want to play Halo Infinite on Xbox One.
Right, yeah.
I guess so, sure.
Huh. Yeah, I think it's just a very different conversation now.
Yeah,
like
totally.
The streaming stuff like throws a lot of stuff into disarray for what goes where.
And like the rumors that there's 2 totally different consoles coming out at the same time, and just...
And also, like, how willing are they to punch out of... Because you think about it, like, it was a real cut and run situation with the Xbox, the Xbox 360, but they still opened with like, hey, we still care about the Xbox, here's a little bit of it, and now we're never going to talk about that ever again.
Yep.
And it depends on how much of that they want to do here, because they just have to make sure that people who own the Xbox One don't feel too burned.
Yeah.
And I think that what they've been doing over the last couple of years with the Game Pass and all that sort of stuff, I think they've righted the ship in a way that if they were to not put Halo out on that console, I think they could get away with it. I don't think people would reject it and be like, well, I'm not buying the next Xbox because you said this and did this, and I don't think that would be a huge...
Especially if streaming is a pathway to still play.
Right.
I think you underestimate how petty gamers can be.
Okay, I guess I would say, like, I don't think enough of them would stamp their feet about it to make it like a business concern, I guess, which is how that stuff always...
Not to get too into the weeds about Halo, but it also depends on how different that Halo game looks.
Right.
Because if it was just Halo 6, then whatever. But it seems like they're going for something way more ambitious.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not just a Halo. Well, I mean, straight up, doesn't have 6 in the title.
Yep.
It's probably for a reason. But I guess we'll know soon.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time you're watching this. What was it like? Are you watching this on a future game tapes?
Whoa.
Watching us watch these tapes?
Maybe somebody dug this tape out of the rubble of civilization.
The most virtual of V-tape.
Archaeologists are watching this tape.
Yeah.
Centuries hence.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Back next time with more tapes. Thanks, everybody. Tape it up.
Tapes.
Like your wrists.
Tape it out.